prisoners have escaped! Get after them!
We're going all Irish as we celebrate the most daring prison escape in Australian history. Join us on the 31st of March from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. at the Village Green, and Monday the 1st of April from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. at Churchill Park, Rockingham for the Katl Adventure Festival.
Watch a live Gaelic football match and enjoy Irish hurling championships. Live Irish music and dance with plenty of food trucks and entertainment for the whole family.
For more information, contact Tourism Rockingham on 9592 3464 or follow the Katl Adventure Festival on Facebook.
Brought to you by Katl Group, Tourism Rockingham, the Rotary Club Palm Beach WA, City of Rockingham and Lottery West.
We are back in the studio with my third guest of the day, Lucky 3.
Thank
Is
you.
it Carl?
Oh, yeah, 3's good.
3 is a good number.
Yeah, I like it.
And if you don't know Carl, you should, because he's a big supporter of the Jess Address and we love him here. He owns KJD Landscaping, which is an awesome organisation. When you see a garden that looks good, it's probably you've had your hands all over it.
I'd like to take that credit, but no, there's lots of gardeners out there that do quality work.
Yeah, well, you do quality work.
We do.
In Rockingham and surrounds, don't you? It's not just Rockingham you maintain.
No, there's we go all over Perth. We've probably cut down a little bit on our north of river now.
Yep.
Just the pure
because you're servicing
distance.
your own area.
Yeah, so we're looking after Peel and Rockingham and focusing on that at the moment. Yeah.
What kind of services do you include for people who don't already know of your services?
Okay, so we do just about everything. I think I spoke on your last show the last time. There's the difference between softscaping and hardscaping. So hardscaping is all your decks, patios, concrete, your brick garden beds and stuff like that. We don't do any of that. We just make sure that your softscaping side of things, your lawn, your plants, your soil, your retic, all that kind of stuff. So
it's looking good and functioning.
Yep.
And we are coming down to the end of summer. Well, summer's finished, gone.
Yeah.
We're into autumn, which means, does that mean you reduce your watering?
The sprinkler system goes off June 1. So that's the Water Corp says to turn off your sprinklers because apparently we get enough rain here in Perth.
Apparently.
Well, not always.
No. And that's the thing. It's very much up to the climate itself, which dictates how you take care of your lawn and garden.
Exactly. Yeah, so it's if you have a dry spell of 10 days where there's no rain, well, you should be able to put on your sprinklers because your lawn needs it. They say that the cooler weather, the atmosphere, there's a bit of condensation, that's enough. No, it's not. No, it's not. Sorry, but some lawns 10 mils, some lawns 15 mils. So you're not getting that kind of milliliters or millimeters in condensation.
Yeah.
So
it's not seeping down to the root system, is it?
You have to be able to water. So there's some really big tips out there to get into now.
Change your season.
I always thought that summer ran March as well. But no, it finishes in February. Did you know that?
No.
Well, I was a gardener, you'd think I'd know, but March was really hot. Remember we had the huge heat waves? And I'm thinking this is still summer.
It really is. And I have found that the heat in the afternoon has been a lot stronger and there's been a high amount of humidity around, which I don't know whether I've experienced in Perth quite like we have this last year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I completely agree. I've been in Perth all my life and this is the hottest summer and drag on summer that I've seen in my time in Perth.
Yeah.
So
we know with humidity means if you've got an evaporative aircon, it doesn't work as well than in the dry heat. So I think that's why we're feeling it a little bit more as well, aren't we?
Yeah. So I do have one and it just struggles.
Yeah.
It really struggles. It's blowing warm air. I do have a split as well, so I just sit under that.
When you're not out in the weather, maintaining people's gardens.
Yeah.
So what are your hot tips for autumn?
Okay, so there's a lot to do now. So they say that a lot of lawns go dormant in winter. Okay, so dormant means there's very little growth happening with your lawns. So mowing, it doesn't have to be cut right back. I see a lot of people out there cutting lawns right down, like really low. You can see little brown spots here and there where they're cut too low. That's fine for now, but come winter, when there's a bit of frost around, frost can bite that lawn, right? And it's too short, so it needs a little bit of leaf growth to protect itself from the frost.
Okay.
So that's number one. Number two is now's the time to get rid of any errant weeds. So there shouldn't be many. It's been too hot for weeds. I know that a lot of the gardens we attend to, it's a process. We just don't go there, rip out weeds and hope for the best. They'll come back, don't worry.
Yeah.
They're a pain. So now there won't be so many. So now's the time to just get rid of those last ones. Improve your soil, so a bit of a soil conditioner in for your plants, and then mulch. Number one, mulch now. Because if you don't mulch now, then the weeds that are blowing around in the winds in winter and stuff like that, they land in your garden beds as seeds, and then before you know it, we're very busy.
You've got clover.
Winter. Yeah, we're very busy in winter doing weeding.
Yeah.
So if you get the mulch there, it gives it a layer, so that means that flying in seed that lands on that mulch has to bury itself 40 mil of mulch, maybe minimum, to get to the soil to germinate. So therefore, if you put the mulch covering on top, stops the weeds.
Can I say I do watch your Facebook page fairly closely,
Yeah.
and the last garden that you actually did, you did a different coloured mulch, which actually just added to the vibrancy of that whole garden.
Yep.
So mulch can actually be like a landscaping idea that can add a little element to your garden not seen before. It was like a bright red almost mulch.
Yeah, so they're red wood chips. We love using them. They just add so much colour to a garden, and especially when a garden has a lot of lawn area, a lot of established green trees, you need something to offset that. So people always thought black, it highlights the green. The red, you've seen the red, you've seen the pictures, so head to our Facebook page and have a look. But that red just pops everything really nicely. The green, the lawn, the garden beds, so wood chips are a good option. They are a little bit more expensive than your normal budget mulch, but I tell you what, the look is amazing.
Yeah.
And
so you're telling me there's lots of different options than just your black mulch?
yeah.
And do all of them have the same benefits, say, than the rich? Because I always thought that the black mulch, it looks rich, doesn't it? It looks like it's got a lot of minerals and things like that would add to your already existing soil. But there's lots of different options?
Yeah, so a lot of mulches are just mulches. There's mulches that are dyed black. They have no real benefit to your soil, right? But then the one you're talking about is carrion peat. So they've got nutrients in them and they're black as well.
Yeah.
So there are different kind of mulches. You can go budget, which, by the time summer rolls around, it's gone from black to grey. So your budget's real cheap. So you're going to be looking at doing that every year.
Because it breaks down quickly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. The redwood chips, they're dyed as well. I'm pretty straight up and honest about products, right? So redwood chips, while they look great, you've got to remember cockroaches love wood.
Okay.
So if you suddenly see an increase in the number of cockroaches because you put red wood chips down, don't blame me.
There would be a lot of women that would be like, no red wood chips.
Correct. And palm trees. Yeah, if you ever notice palm trees, if you ever pull off a frond off a palm tree or on the stem, the stalk, you'll probably see about 20 cockroaches because they love sitting there.
Okay.
So these are things. They just love wood. So there's ups and downs for every kind of mulch, right? So your carry peat is your most expensive mulch, and that's going to be really good for your soil. But you can go the other way. You can add a soil wetter or a sea salt to your soil to improve your soil, and then add a budget black mulch on the top, which, you're getting your nutrients from your wetter.
Yep.
And then you're putting your mulch on top and saving some money that way.
I always think the good thing about KJD Landscaping is you offer a lot of options to your clients, don't you? So you meet every budget requirement, don't you?
Yeah, we've got a lady in Bertram at the moment. She's got backyard. The lawn's gone to crap. A lot of the garden beds were put up against the house, which is surprisingly a no-no.
Yeah. Tell us why.
Okay, so that introduced a lot of pests. So the water can introduce termites into the house, can attack that, because when you build a house, you get that concrete and you get that pest control done and a termite barrier and all that kind of stuff. But over years, the termite barrier breaks down. And if you've got garden beds up against the house, which 90% of people probably do.
Not me.
Good stuff. All the water, all the fertilizer, all the nutrients, all the soil and plant roots, everything, no good for the house, right?
Yep.
So this lady has a couple of garden beds that have turned to nothing outside the house. So we're designing a backyard for her now where she'll have garden beds along the fence line and hopefully plant some good high-growing hedges for some privacy, creating a bit of an oasis for her backyard. New lawn in, and we'll probably put some decorative garden beds. So she has an area that goes around as an L shape near the shed, so it doesn't really get seen. So we want to make that native in that corner so that it doesn't take up, one, more lawn, which is costly, and two, doesn't require water. So we're saving her water by turning that section into a native garden.
How important are backyard spaces for families, but not only families, there might be couples on their own, to have that place which is outdoors where you can go get your vitamin D, but you've also got your shoes off, you've got your feet on the grass, you're kind of connected.
I think we're losing it, to be quite honest. We're looking at so many people doing artificial lawns, paving backyards, and and it's just a phase of life, I guess. So you get some people where they're at that stage where they want low maintenance, they don't want the water bill, they don't want the plants, they don't want all those hassles, but yet maybe in 6-7 years they have children, for example, and then all of a sudden the children have nowhere to play out the back. So we get called to come in and transform the yard from a horrible concrete jungle to something more lush and that they can enjoy.
Yeah.
So that's the main
It
thing.
creates another space within your house that you can go to entertain, to have the kids out there, to be connected with nature, flowers, all of that type of things, which is great for our mental health. You must see the benefit in that when you create some of these.
Yeah, look, the boys and when we lay new lawn as well, it's such a grind to get to there. It's like we've done a project in Baldivis. We took out artificial. He's got dogs, too hot, and it's surrounding the pool.
Yeah.
So you get out of the pool and you're walking on concrete, which everyone surrounds their pool with either pavers or concrete. So you're walking on hot concrete, then you're walking on hot fake lawn. So anyway, we dug all that out, horrible stuff. And he's got a lush green lawn now. And his little daughter comes out and she just barefoot straight onto the lawn, loves it.
Yeah.
Right? So it's such a difference in temperature too. So you're talking about, evaporative air conditioners not working and the heat waves. You need that green
canopy
to cool everything down. And when we're working in heat as well. And as soon as we lay the lawn, it drops 5 degrees.
Yeah.
It's just amazing. Look, I'm not a hippie planet saver, but I just want to do my bit.
Yeah.
Right? I want to make sure that we've got enough green stuff in the world to enjoy.
How lucky are you to, that kind of passion in you to match it with your business?
Yeah.
And when you're going around talking to some of your clients, you really believe in what you do.
Yeah. So it's like, we can do quotes over the phone. I can spend 2-3 hours doing quotes over the phone. But
you love to have a chat though, don't you?
So I'd prefer to go and say, right, look, give me your budget. I'm not going to use all your budget, but just give me your budget. Be honest, trust us, and I'll create something for you within your budget. So that's the main thing. And some people have different tastes. So we won't plant roses or we won't plant big hedges because they don't want the maintenance further down the track. So we'll find something that's dwarf variety. In a hedge that'll still look nice and can be shaped, not so often as a full-grown hedge, for example. So these are things we can do. We've evolved a lot in the 9 years.
You have.
In what kind of designs we've had to do.
And it's still a learning area for you, isn't it? You're still learning.
Still like the original plants we chose way back in 2015 when we started, and We still get those plants for some people, and we always ask, what's your colour scheme you want?
Yeah.
Do you want all green or do you want
natives?
Red wood chips?
Yeah.
Do you want, natives? Do you want a native area? Yeah, so this project in Bertram will be exciting. If she goes ahead with it, we're going to work with her budget, and we're going to create something that we've never created before.
Yeah.
So I got the guys to go and quote it on Saturday, send me pictures, but now I'll go and have the chat and say, right, this is my plan. What do you think?
So KJD Landscaping, how do we go about contacting you so that you can turn their backyard into an oasis?
Okay, so we've got obviously the SMS number. You can call it if you like. One of the staff probably won't answer it because it's probably after hours. But you can SMS.
Honesty is always Carl.
That's it. If it doesn't work, just send them an SMS. So that's 0481 151 665. So that's on the website and the Facebook page. So the Facebook page, I don't know how it's happened, but it's just we've got now. We bumped to 6,000 followers.
Yep.
We've dropped down. 300 followers have just gone AWOL, so we're down to 5,700 followers. But I tell you what, we've never had 5,700 followers in 9 years.
Yeah.
So we've got over 1,000 likes where, it means when we post something, people are going to look at it.
Yeah.
And that's, we post things from, and you've seen the page, we post things from beautiful pictures of birds to, wildlife.
Before and after.
Yeah, before and afters. And most recently has been my new place.
Yeah.
New lawn put in my place. So I'm not overlooking after it. I'm doing exactly what I do for your lawn.
Yes.
And so this has come out really, really green and lush. And I walk out every morning. I've got my coffee in my hand. I don't have thongs on, and I walk on that lawn, and it is divine.
Yeah.
So
you highly recommend that, don't you?
Yeah, we lay a lot of that lawn, and that is just, I always say, the world's best lawn. So, yeah, Palmetto. Yeah.
Yeah. So enough about gardens. You can contact him on your Facebook page.
Yeah.
It's got the number on there, KJD Landscaping. I highly recommend them. So if you need a little bit of vibrancy, it's the word of the day, vibrant, in your garden, talk to Carl and his team and they'll come out. He'll have a chat to you on the phone. He'll probably chew your ear off, I would imagine.
Oh, look, I can come up with lots of different solutions, but I guess it's just, it's what you like, what you want to see in your garden. Tell it to me and I'll work it out.
Another passion of yours is the football.
Yep.
Also a passion of mine.
Yeah.
So how are the Cats going?
Oh, look, it was a bad year last year, a lot of injuries.
Coming off a good year, though, because you won the year before.
Yeah. So that was an amazing grand final. I think when we get into grand finals, we tend to win by a lot.
Yep.
So it's very comfortable to watch. A lot of people say, it should be a close game. I was like, no, you'd rather have your heart relaxed and enjoying it than having a heart attack. But, yeah, look, I think this year, a bit different. A lot of young boys in there, so let's see how we go. And your team, Fremantle, did really well. First game.
Yeah,
amazing.
We love a good comeback. God, it was a shocking start. But not only that, we're riddled with injury just off the first match.
Yeah.
So that was very, very difficult to watch. One of those concussions was, I was up my end of the field when I was watching too. It was heart in the mouth. Don't want to look at the replay of that one.
Yeah.
So, Warren, I hope you get better. But, it's going to be a tough match, the next one for us.
Who
but
you got?
I'm not sure who we play next week, but we're on the road.
Okay.
I'll have to look at my app.
Look it up. Yeah. No, but the number one, you've got a win on the board, 4 points in the bank. It's a good thing. Now you're going to have to test your depth, I guess, with these players that have gone down because they won't be long term, I wouldn't think. Probably 4 weeks, maybe something.
I don't know.
Tops.
There was a hamstring in there that didn't look great.
These guys come back from hamstrings in 2 weeks. It's amazing medical stuff.
I know.
It's
Technology these days is...
if I did a hammy, I'd be out for months.
Yeah, I know.
So.
I get up in the morning and I feel like I'm out for months.
There you go. That's it.
Thank you for coming in, Carl.
That's all right. You're welcome.
And thanks for always supporting my show.
That's all right.
You know I'll return it.
Yeah.
Power to small business, isn't it?
Yeah, look, there's a lot of big companies out there and they do, I just think they do okay work, right? And what you'll get from a small business is you'll get attention to detail.
Yes.
You'll get that in a small business. You won't get it in a big one.
Before you go, I wanted to ask you, IPL radio gives you the opportunity to come in here, talk about your passions, your small business. How much of it is a benefit to you?
Oh, look, I've been a big supporter of IPL for a long time. I think that what the station does here is amazing. The mental health side of things and just the variety of presenters and everything else is just amazing. And I've walked away from it a little bit, but in terms of presenting, but if there's a slot somewhere available, I might be keen to come back and do a slot. So
we'd love to see you back.
We'll see. It just depends on when.
Yeah.
When it is.
Yeah.
I just think that, with yourself, you have a great show. It's community focused. There's a lot of talk. There's a lot of information in it.
Yeah.
Right? So my show that I want to try and create is just a little bit of humour, a few gags here and there, and a lot of music. So I've got to find a time slot that people are going to like.
We would love to have you back, Carl.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to it. I really enjoyed it.
You are a good part of any team, and so happy to have you back on my show. And I'm sure you'll be back because as the seasons change, you've got to let everybody know how to maintain that garden. Yeah. And not only that, how much value is in a garden for a home.
Yeah, exactly. And just quickly, so mulch is number one. Getting rid of those weeds, mulch is number one leading into winter. And also fertilising your lawn. So we fertilise lawns in April and September. Right, so September prepares you for summer and April prepares you for winter. And like I said earlier, lawns go dormant, so they need that nutrient to keep them through winter.
That they're not going to get the sun. There's going to be days where it's going to be cloudy and grey.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of Melbourne.
We're the sunshine.
Also. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Thanks so much for listening.
No
we actually got a request, which is Queen, Don't Stop Me Now. Taryn, if you're listening, this one's for you.